How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. And why using a VPN is important, we're about to get into this. Before we do, if you're interested in any of the VPNs mentioned today, ExpressVPN, NordVPN, or Surfshark, you'll find links to special deals and discounts in the description down below. So feel free to take advantage of those, as well as full reviews that'll give you more of an in-depth look into the privacy policy, speed, streaming, torrenting capabilities, as well as security and features. Now, using a VPN is quite a bit important, and perhaps more important than ever. Why? Well, that's because there have been some recent stories that could perhaps wake many people up to the perhaps risks of using the internet without encrypting your data using a VPN. And we're going to read here, first of all, with this recent story from The Verge. You can read it, of course, yourself with the Pegasus software. So throughout the past week, we've seen story after story about a company called NSO Group and a piece of hardware called Pegasus. Some of the stories have been shocking, with allegations that fully updated smartphones can be hacked with a single text message, and reports that two women close to murdered journalist Jamal Khashoggi were among those targeted by a government agency using the spy tool. A coalition of news outlets, including the Washington Post, Le Monde, and the Guardian, is behind the reporting, and they're calling it the Pegasus Project. The project was led by Forbidden Stories, an organization of journalists that works on stories after the original reporters have been silenced in some way. Amnesty International ran detailed forensics on 67 smartphones to look for evidence that they were targeted by Pegasus smartphone spyware, and 37 of those phones tested positive, so over half. But many crucial details still aren't clear. So what Pegasus or what NSO are saying, of course, in short, NSO Group makes products that let governments spy on citizens. The company describes the role of its products on its website as helping government intelligence and law enforcement agencies use technology to meet the challenges of encryption. So this is very important. The challenges of encryption during terrorism and criminal investigations. But as you might imagine, civil liberties groups aren't happy about the spyware for hire business, and restricting the business to government clients does little to quiet their concerns. So it's definitely quite a bit concerning. So using terrorism to and criminal investigations to, let's say, infringe on everybody's right to privacy, no matter who you are. Of course, this is quite a bit worrying. So yeah, you don't really, and just so that you know, you don't have to be a journalist, head of state, or an activist to get your data compromised here, because with SolarWinds, if you didn't know, SolarWinds is another one of those companies where it's an American company that develops software for businesses to help manage their networks, systems, and information technology infrastructure. As you can tell, a lot of companies are contracted with SolarWinds, and they use their software. It's very useful, of course. And here it says that some of the DHS officials, of course, their accounts were hacked as well. But here it says, Austin, Texas-based SolarWinds sells software that lets an organization see what's happening on its computer networks. And the attack, hackers inserted malicious code into an update of Orion, the company's software platform. Around 18,000 SolarWinds customers installed the tainted update onto their systems. The company said, and hackers chose a select number of them to infiltrate further. The hackers used the malware planted in SolarWinds' Orion products to breach about 60% of the victims. Investigators are still unraveling the other hacking techniques used. According to testimony at a February 23rd Senate Intelligence Committee hearing, the hackers also used cloud hosting from Amazon Web Services to disguise their intrusions as benign traffic networks. So yeah, this is big stuff right here. Here it also says to breach thousands of organizations and tunnel deeper into at least 9 federal agencies and 100 private companies. So you could be working in one of those companies, and 100 private companies, well, that means thousands, hundreds, if not thousands of employees that could have their information compromised, perhaps location, IP addresses, usernames, passwords. It could be a whole slew, of really bad compromised or sensitive information that's been compromised. It could get really bad, and only time will tell what kind of information has been compromised, and if any of this information is sold over, let's say, the deep web. Yeah, whoever gets their hands on this kind of information, that it's just a bad deal overall. So I want to also highlight something here in which they said battle the challenges or meet the challenges of encryption. They could be, well, for the most part, I think they are talking about VPNs, directly talking about VPNs. And this is where I would recommend using a solid VPN rather than just some mediocre free VPN that you get. So when it comes to security, I really would recommend ExpressVPN. There has been a high-profile case in Turkey where the Russian ambassador Andrei Karlov, was assassinated, and allegedly the assassin did use ExpressVPN to hide his Gmail. So this is definitely unfortunate, but the Turkish government, even though they seized the server, they were not able to extract any kind of information. So it's as much as a live example of a no logs policy as it gets with ExpressVPN, though do keep in mind that they probably made note of this, and they wouldn't want criminals using their software. So keep in mind, though, no matter the VPN you're using and no matter their privacy policy or no logs policy, if you're doing any kind of illegal activity, the VPN provider will do their best to cooperate with government agencies, intelligence agencies, and authorities to bring a criminal to justice. So a VPN should never be used for such purposes, for sure. So, but overall, if you're looking for the top security, definitely use ExpressVPN, and NordVPN and Surfshark are definitely very capable and worthy contenders. It's just that ExpressVPN has that live example, as much of an unfortunate example as it can be. So again, if you're interested in any of these VPNs, you'll find links to special deals and discounts in the description down below. And if you want to learn more all about the privacy policy, as I said at the beginning of the video, speed, streaming, and torrenting capabilities, as well as all these security and features and what they do, definitely check out the reviews below so that you get more of an in-depth look into these into these features. And if you make a purchase, let's say if you get NordVPN and decide that you want to go for full privacy and get ExpressVPN, you do have a 30-day money-back guarantee with all their plans, so not much risk there. So yeah, that'll be it. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful day.